Premier, thank you very much for doing this. Really appreciate it. I think our audience appreciates it quite a bit as well. Let's talk about something that people really associate with your government, but also the past Conservative governments, the relationship between Alberta and the rest of Canada, Alberta and Ottawa. Mm-hmm. What is the status of that relationship with Ottawa right now as it stands in your mind?
I wish it was better. I mean, I did start off in my first conversation with the Prime Minister when I got elected, asking if he would align with us around a target to reduce emissions by 2050. And we've been working towards that. We've had many, many meetings, joint tables, and unfortunately, they have come out with a policy that would be damaging to the Alberta economy. The emissions cap would shut in our production. We estimate, along with the several outside independent analyses, that it would shut in as much as 1 million barrels a day by 2030, 2.1 million barrels a day by 2035. It would cost us about $12 billion in revenue, which is half of our health budget. So we can't just sit back and allow the federal government to continue to take potshots at our industry that would shut in our production. We're going to defend our constitutional right to develop our resources, and we'll use every means to do so. That said, we have been able to work constructively with them on a number of different projects. I just wish that they would take that spirit of cooperative federalism in more fronts.
The future president of the United States and former Donald Trump talking about tariffs and you were very loud about the need for Canada to answer to his concerns. Mm-hmm. You talked about patrolling the Alberta-Montana border. Yeah. How does how would that work? Are we going to see sheriffs or a new sort of Alberta patrol force? Like, what are you thinking?
Whatever it takes for us to make sure that we're addressing the joint problem of illegal migrants and illegal drug trafficking. We think perhaps the illegal migrants may be more of an Eastern Canadian problem. We know that François Legault has raised that as a concern. But in this part of the world, drugs coming in from the BC ports and finding their way through Alberta into the United States, and precursor products coming up to Alberta, and then also being created and then shipped back into the United States. I would like to see the federal government lead it. I would like to see them increase the resources that they have for border control, so that they can actually stop more vehicles going across the border. There are hidden compartments that happen in some of the large trucks and even in cars, and just being able to do more of those searches, maybe having dog searches as well. We know that we've seen some drug busts happen when you've got a dog team that is able to sniff them out, and then just having more consistent presence. It's a very long border, and yet the border crossing we have at Coutts is the one that's the 24-hour border crossing. So having, whether it's, I think on the U.S. side, they do helicopter surveillance, whether we do that or whether we do drones, or whether we have towers, there has to be something that is more consistent to not only give security to our American counterparts that we're taking this seriously, but also so that we can solve the problem for Canadians as well. So I'm looking to see what the federal government is doing, and we stand by ready to be able to assist with our resources.
So it's a stay tuned kind of thing.
There'll be more to announce before the end of the year.